Hi guys, in today's video we are continuing my series of swatching all of my art supplies, and today we are going to do all my watercolor. So there is quite a bit here. I have this box with all my tubes and some extra stuff, so we need to swatch those. Some of the tube are already in one palette, so I may not need to do that twice. And I have my Roma Small here, and I have my travel palette here, and all my palette in here. So the idea is wherever I have just a single tube or the single pan, I will try to put them together in a color family like we did last time for acrylic, so it's much easier for me to see which kind of color I have, which kind of color I have too many of, and which one I miss having and I may need to add in the future. So I will put as color family instead of brand family. And then there are like the palette, this Mia or this Kuretake, that they are a set on their own, so I'm not going to put that inside the color palette, but whichever I can separate the tube pan will be done. So this now as well, and I'll keep my travel palette I think as it is at the moment. I'm not sure. So let's get started because we have a lot to do, also because I want to completely change my everyday watercolor palette. I'm not happy the way it is right now, so I want to make it in a way that satisfies me. So we are going to change everything. True to be said, I am a little bit overwhelmed, so I think I will do them starting from the set. And once I got the set out of the way, 1, 2, 3, and my travel set that I will keep like this. This is all Cotman. And once this is done, I'm just gonna organize what's left. All right. I think I will start with my Mia watercolor palette. I have not pre-sprayed this with water, but they should activate very easily. I think I said it already, this is not watercolor paper, so I'm not going to check how it's flowing and the different gradient of color. I'm just interested really in knowing the actual color and see if I have, and even if I redo my watercolor palette, my daily watercolor palette, then if I run out of one color, I can always come in this swatch sheet and say, okay, I have a similar color in the other palette, so we'll keep that in mind and just go and get what I need. Honestly, I always loved this Mia palette. It's so pretty, so budget friendly, but yeah, it's always performed very well for me. I'm trying to maintain the shape as you see, so it's just easier for me to, you know, recognize the color once I know where is based. But I wasn't thinking about measuring and such, so I don't know if both lines are going to fit in it or not. This green I'm going to swatch now, I use it a lot. All green, honestly, I use them quite a bit. So by the way, I don't think I said it before, this is going to be a long and relaxing video, so I hope you are ready to just slow down in your day and take it easy, drink something nice and warm if it's cold also where you are. And yeah, let's just have some good time, slow time together, because I think often we just rush in life and we forgot what it means to just take one thing at a time. So I'm trying really to remind myself lately that it's okay to take it easy, don't be overwhelmed by everything, and yeah, it's okay to don't get everything done during your day. It's fine. Not everything has to be done today. I think we've been too manipulated by beautiful color, by this culture of do more is better, multitasking is the best. Well, it's not the best for mental health. It could be the best for company. They get to use us at a budget price, but it's not good for the human being point of view. And yeah, so I'm really trying to focus on be okay, and I try to pass the message also here on the channel. There's no need to get anything perfect, even in your art, as long as it makes you feel good. That's good art. The best artwork is the one that made you feel okay, that you could close your sketchbook, go on with your day and feel like you're good, you are happy because you create that thing that made you proud. Now, the reason why I'm not mentioning any of the color is because there's no name to be mentioned in here. Simply one cons of this palette, and very budget, all the very budget friendly palette honestly is they don't write the name of the color. So if you are a beginner really and you try to learn the name, that's not good, isn't it? The pro is you get a really nice set of watercolor for a budget friendly price, and you don't feel too attached to it. You don't feel like you ruin anything because you haven't paid too much for it, so you are most likely to actually use it and create it. So I like to give that it's given people this option, but I wish they would give some name to the color. Lots of blue in this set, lots of greens. It's a really good palette. This was the first watercolor palette I got, the first set I got, and I never regret it, to be honest. I know I should have done it in order and go like this and then maybe move in like this, but I felt it was easier for me to do that, and yeah, then I realized the color didn't really work well together. I don't know why now it's so hard to find this palette in Amazon. It was very popular a while back, and all of a sudden it's nearly impossible to find, because I recommended this palette many times, but if you guys cannot find it, it's not the point to recommend it anymore. I know they changed the design, so I don't know if it's the same paint but different design. So if you guys have the new design and the old design, or just if you have the new design and you know it's good, please let us know in the comment, so all other viewer can also know that and decide by themselves. Okay, I will put the white just as it is, very contaminated. I know I should have put the black line, but it's too late now, and I don't have time to actually wait for the pen, the ink to dry and go forward. So I'm happy to say we closed one palette. It was really good experience, wasn't it? So I want to try, no, I think this needs the whole page for himself because there are 6. So I'm not sure I can fit two. Do you think I can fit it in here? I think I'll do this later. Let me do my Cotman. This is Winsor and Newton line. Okay, I see they got all mixed up. Did I write the name of the color? Yeah, there is the name of the color. All right. So let me put that in order. So we have Liseron Crimson, Cadmium Red, Payne's Gray, that is an ochre, I guess, yes. We have a very dirty white, as always. This is Rosa Madder, I'll put first. Burnished Sienna next to the ochre. Indigo after the Payne's Gray. Oh, before the Payne's Gray. Before the Payne's Gray. Green. We have blue. That is a yellow. Which yellow is, if you want to know, is a cadmium yellow. We have a raw amber, and that's the only green. Okay, so I'll keep in order like this. Quick line, if you guys want to see the white as well. So maybe I'll come back later to the white. Okay, so let's do the yellow. As you see, I'm often just mixing straight on the pan, so they are all kind of muddy. Yellow ochre. Ochre is one of my all favorite color. After the green and the olives. The green and the brown. I was thinking olive green, because it's kind of versatile. I can use it as yellow and I can use it as brown, and has a certain intensity to it. Really beautiful color. This is raw amber. Rosa Madder. Next is a cadmium red. They all you guys, I just don't mention it. Okay, let's put it here. And I will take the time now off camera. I'm going to cut it to write the name of the paint, not the pigment information. Honestly, I'm not interested in that, but the name. So should I finish any of the color, I can straight up look for the other one, or when I make painting, I can tell you guys which color I'm using, because often I'm just using saying like a green, and I'm like I have no idea which green, because I don't have that information with me. So I'm going to write the information underneath, and I didn't leave any space because of course I cannot talk and do things properly at the same time. It's really hard, guys. It's really hard to talk and what I would say, paint or do things at the same time. All right, we just miss our white, but it's not a true color, because as you see, it's very, all right, it's a transparent white. It's not really opaque. All right, there we have it. Okay, all the names are in it, and now I'm going to do my Kuretake set, and let's remove this plastic, and I will actually start. I think I want to change. I don't like how, but I have the should I change it? I don't like how it's organized. But do I have on the pan the information? Okay, yes I do. So I can change this. Perfect, guys. Let's change it. Okay. Okay, so we have a white. Oh, in this one it doesn't say the color. Bummer. Some say, some not. Okay, lemon yellow anyway. Yellow ochre. So I guess I'm going with burnt sienna. And then I have black down here, indigo with this one, with the black, and you are viridian and sap green. So, okay, let's do sap green and viridian. And then I have too many red, cadmium scarlet, number 32, who knows what's that, and number 36. That's, and then I'm going with the black. All right, the black here. Okay, so fabulous, 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 fabulous. Just need to remember that won't match my box. Yes, I know, guys, why it's always messy and dirty. My pan is I said before, I like to mix straighten it, especially if I don't have a mixing space, like in this case. I don't like to go and get a mixing palette, so I'll just do straight on it. But in my everyday palette, I do have a mixing space, so that makes it easier. Need some water. It's better organized like this. It didn't make sense, didn't it? Always need to find the right balance between not enough water and way too much water. And after this, I'm going to change my water jar because it got black. It's super dark. I know it's disgusting, guys. I'm going to change it. I just finished this set right here, and I'm going to change it, I promise. I'm curious to know, am I the only one that get this extreme before changing the water? Or you also guys do the same? How often do you change your water jar? And that worked out perfectly because I have the two green together and I'm going to have the two blue together. I should have put the red before. Oh, why I didn't put the red before? I don't know. I'm not sleeping a lot. I have two small baby. I don't sleep. And that just said all. that justify everything that happened, guys. I don't sleep. And if you don't sleep, your brain really, it's not working. But I'm not happy now. I wanted to organize by color. Why I did? Oh. Okay, I think I need to. I'm going to move. Okay, I'm going to do something. Also because I want to write the name and the name is underneath. Okay, I'm going to take them out again. The only thing, I don't think I need 3 sort of reddish pinkish color. I could have used maybe, I don't know, what could I have used instead? Another brown, another green, probably. Okay, let me reorganize this. We swapping now for a little bit to a voiceover because I had to put my baby to sleep and they like to sleep on me. But I moved to the next page and I decided to swatch my Kohinoor palette. As you see, it's been untouched. That guy is the first time we actually going to use this palette at all. And yeah, it's been a couple of years since I bought it, but I never got to use it, not even for a swatch. So this is a good sign. It's a really good sign. So it's a 6 layer and I decided to go around in circle so that I could actually identify the color easily, and later with an acrylic marker white I just put a sign on the side of the order that I decided to go with, so number 1 and number 2 and so on. Now I think this is a Kohinoor palette. Actually it's unbranded, but some of you guys once I mentioned this palette before said that this is a Kohinoor palette, so we're going with that. And as you see, I had to add some water to it. This paint is not like the previous one, because until now I was just going straight with my brush and the paint will activate straight away. In this case I needed a little bit of extra help, so I had to pre-wet the single color, and then after a few seconds I could go on, and as you see the colors are quite beautiful actually. And yeah, of course I need to do a proper painting to see if it feels very chalky as a final result, but I have to say, just having it in here on the paper, they felt really nice to work with, and there is an incredible color selection. Now I do appreciate the way they create every single line, because in the beginning I was wondering why I don't have all the yellow in one set and the brown in the other set and the green in the other set and so on. But then I realized the way they thought of it is basically you can take with you even just one of it, and you will have a little bit of everything, and you can mix the rest. So every single circle is basically done for you to work on its own if you want. So if you really want to pack super light and go somewhere, or you don't want to take the entire 6 set with you, that anyway is super light, but yes, that's how they thought of it. It's basically you can use every single set on their own, or mostly. So there is a different gradient of yellow in most of the set, different gradient of green in most of the set, and then you just go with the color that you use the most. So if you use more green and brown, so maybe the previous set would have been good for you. If you use more yellow and pink, I would go with one of the first set. So I was very impressed by the way they organized the pan, and yeah, I'm looking forward to play with it a little bit more. And now that I know that I can actually take just one at a time and I don't have to open all 6 in front of me, I think I'm even more excited to get around to use it and explore it more. Next is this palette that contains just gold and silver color, and it's Dede Praise, the brand. I'm not sure. I bought it in Timo. It's the only watercolor palette that I bought in Timo, because I do want to have a gold in my final palette. It may not be archival, it may not be light fast, it's absolutely fine. I paint just for me, just for fun, just for my mental health. It has some incredible silver and gold. I'm not using silver, so I will be choosing one of these gold. Alright guys, I'm back. Let me update you on what happened lately. So we finished this page, which dry, and we're gonna go and fill up this page right here. Now in the meantime I disassembled this palette, and I put like the most professional one in here, paint, It's not all of it. I'm still missing the sheen and paint. I start to separate this one, all the paint that I have in tube. And this was an entire set, apart from this one. But the rest was a set on its own that came with its own palette. And instead of mixing with the other one, I was thinking to just swatch this one on its own before to the rest separate by color. So I separate this tube. These tubes are not in here. The pan that were belonging to this tube, I put it right here because of course I didn't write the name of the brand and such. So I probably just going by the tube, and if there is then something that I want in my final palette, this is another video, then I'm gonna figure out what's going on. Okay, before I forget to include this one, I'm going to separate them inside the tube box and then pour it wherever it needs to be poured when it's time. So here we have some yellow and some brown. Okay, and this blue actually belongs to Shannon that exploded, so I put it in there, and this here as well. That's how I'm doing. I separate roughly like yellow, greens, blues. I have a white and black, and the brownish reddish orange is in here. Shell pink, I do not know where to put. For me it's like a neutral color probably. Let's see. Okay, so I'm not forgetting to include them. This box can be put on the side, so I think I'm gonna be swatching this, and yeah, and then we will do the single item, try to organize it by color family. I already tried to put them together, so hopefully we're doing good. Okay, so the name of this brand is Creative Peak, and I'm just going to go in order how it is in here. I'll leave the white for a moment, and I'm actually gonna speed this up. This is just a cheap brand that I bought off Amazon, and well, let's say is not the best out there. I got their watercolor and I love them, but this paint is good for fun, but yeah, it leaves you a little bit wondering what else is out there. So let's speed it up. Okay, my goal with this paint is to actually store it somewhere else, and then when I run out of some of the color that are similar, that make me a bit happier, I will replace it with one of this series, because I think if I mix just one or two of this pan with the rest, it will feel better, the overall result, instead of just using this brand right here. Yeah, so now let's continue. I will move this pan on the side another time, and now put this on the side, and we will do all the loose pans and tube. One more reason why this swatching is super important is because I was just thinking I don't have any white to put in the final palette, because all the white I have, they are a part of a set. And instead, by checking my tube and separate them, I realized that I have 3 different white. 3! Definitely I don't need to go and buy any white watercolor. The one I have are Daler Rowney, Crawford and Black, and Boldmere. Now, if you're not from UK, Crawford and Black and Boldmere are a brand from the shop The Works. Here I'm showing you how many yellow I have, which is absolutely crazy. But before to get to the yellow, I have 2 neutral color that I went and placed down before, and those are both Roma Small, Bife Titanium, and Tint. As yellow, the first one is Pebeo, Lemon Yellow. I have here 3 lemon yellow. The second one is Daler Rowney, and the third one is Crawford and Black. Here I have a cadmium yellow medium. I wrote deep in there, but actually I will realize it's a medium and change it from Boldmere. Then I have Daniel Smith. The one you see me using is a cadmium yellow deep U, and I prefer use it from the tube, even if I pour it already some out on the pan. I hope one day I will be able to have enough time to just use the tube. We also did cadmium yellow U from Winsor & Newton Cotman line, and Jackson Aureolin is the last yellow of the first line. Here I have a Shenan Paint PWC, and it's June Brilliant. I stand by my review with this set of PWC, and they look more like gouache than they definitely feel more like gouache than watercolor, so I'm not sure I want to have them in my watercolor palette. The new set I bought instead, it feels more like watercolor, so let's see. After the Jaune Brilliant, I have a Naples Yellow from Roma Small, Golden Yellow from Rosa Gallery, lots of ochre, yellow ochre. We have Shenan Yellow Ochre, Crawford and Black, Winsor & Newton Cotman, and then from Roma Small I have Ochre Havana and Brown Ochre. They are in the end of the second line. Now we start with the third line. We have the only Raw Sienna from Daler Rowney, and then I have 4 Burnt Sienna. Unbelievable. The first is for Crawford and Black, the second is from Boldmere, the third is from Rosa Gallery. It's very pretty, and it's very interesting to see like the same color actually perform so differently, depends of the brand. This is Winsor & Newton, also Burnt Sienna. You will see once again very different. Not very different, they all have their reddish undertone, but they do look different. Then we have a Burnt Umber to finish this third line, and this is the Cotman set from Winsor & Newton. And then we will start with the last line of this page, and we finish also with the brownish color. Here another Burnt Umber. I have again 4 Burnt Umber. This is Shenan, and it looks really nice color. This you can see it's more watercolory instead of more washy like Boldmere, the second one, and Crawford and Black is the third one. Then we have Rosa Gallery Maroon Brown. Beautiful color. It's very purplish brown, yeah, definitely I want this one in my palette because it's a very unique color, and you can see, guys, if you're looking for it, you have it. And the last one is Jackson Van Dyke Brown. And now we're ready to start the second page of the loose item, where we starting with a pink reddish color. So we have a Shein pink shell. This as well, very gouache, like very opaque. Then we have 3 of these round pot that won't go in my final palette. They are like a shimmery color. I had them in a scroll box, mystery box. The brand is Jackman's. The color is pearlescent pink shimmer. This is Opera Rose from Rosa Gallery. Beautiful, beautiful color. Is definitely going in my final palette. Now this next one is also Rosa Gallery. I have no idea of the name of the color because I removed the paper even on the side where they write the name. So if you guys have a similar color in Rosa Gallery and you would not mind to tell me the color, please do so. This is Shein Lilac. Next we have Daniel Smith Perylene Violet. Perylene Violet, beautiful color as well. And the last one of this row is a Romance Mall Aquarius Violet. Beautiful, beautiful color. For the second line, we start with Romance Mall Hematite Violet shade. I really love this one, but I think I will move it in my brown set more than in my pinkish purplish color. We have a Straight Up Violet from Crawford & Black, very blue violet. A Purple Gray from Shein, pretty color, but once again very, very matte. And I think like I would like to have like a gouache palette in the future, and I will definitely add this one. I can see this one be more part of a gouache palette than a watercolor. The next one is a Crimson Lake, also from Shein. And now we have a Straight Up Orange from Crawford & Black. And after this we have Vermilion Hue from Shein. This feels more like a watercolor and I would like to have it in my final palette. We start with the third row with 3 red. I have Boldmere Cadmium Red Medium, Crawford & Black Deep Red, and Daler Rani Alizarin Crimson Hue. And now we start with green. I have a lot of greens because I love greens. This is Green Pale from Shein, followed by a cadmium green light from Shein as well. And you can see the first one is really, really opaque, and the second one is very it's more transparent. They are part of 2 different lines. The last one of this row is Romance Mall Green Earth. Next one is Daler Rani Hooker's Green Dark, Hooker's Green Dark, followed by Jackson Sap Green, Crawford & Black Sap Green, Romance Mall now is an olive green light. The next one also Romance Mall Chromium Green Oxide. Love this color. We finish this row with the Boldmere Hooker's Green. So we have 2 Hooker's Green, but the previous one was dark. Then I have a Phthalo Green, 2 Phthalo Green, one from Boldmere and one from Pebeo. And then again this shimmery color, a mint green shimmer from Jackman's. Daniel Smith Perylene Green, beautiful. And Schmincke Desert Green. Okay, it's time to move to the blue line. The first one is a cerulean blue from Crawford Black, and it's the only cerulean blue that I have. Very pretty color. It may go in my final palette. I have two cobalt blue, one from Pepe, one from Rosa Gallery. The two look very similar in tone. And Deliverani Ultramarine Blue Dark. And I have then two ultramarine, and you will see, yes, this Deliverani is definitely darker than the other one. From Deliverani, I didn't mention this is the Aquarelle series. This is Crawford and Black Ultramarine and Boldmere Ultramarine. Then we have Ptalo Blue from Boldmere. And then we start the last two lines with Romance Mall. Ocean blue, such a pretty color. Shinhan Prussian blue, Rosa Gallery indigo, and I use this color so much, I love it. And a blue gray from Shinhan. Underneath I have two black and one silver, and I did realize I don't have any Payne's gray, so this may be something that I'm adding in the future. So we have a Jackman, we have a Boldmere, and we have a Crawford and Black. Now let's do a quick flip through of everything we've done today. Alright guys, so this is the entire spread of our loose pan. I'm curious to know if there is any color you think I'm missing and I should be adding to my collection. Definitely I notice I don't have a Payne's gray, but I don't know if you think there is another important color that need to be added. Yeah, we will redo our watercolor palette very soon, but this is what we did today. Those two pages and these two pages. It was really fun and interesting, and honestly I learned a lot, and I think like I'm less overwhelmed, I'm less panicking right now. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.